Back with the concluding part of land reforms in Indian agriculture. So, in the measures that for land reforms were number one, we've discussed, two of them we've discussed. One was abolition of intermediaries, second was tenancy reforms, and now we are going to do the third one, reorganization of agriculture. And in the reorganization of agriculture, the government has took a uh, three-pronged measures. One was redistribution of land, the redistribution of land by ceilings, etc. And the second was consolidation of holdings. And the third is cooperative farming. So once again, reorganization of, land reforms, three measures. One measure was abolition of intermediaries. The second measure was tenancy reforms. And the third measure was reorganization of agriculture. And in this video, we're going to do the reorganization of agriculture. And in the reorganization of agriculture, what we'll do is redistribution of land and consolidation of holding second, and third will be cooperative farming. So see for yourselves while I discuss these points to you. So these are the three. Okay. So talking about reorganization of agriculture. So this all is about holding. So how did they do it? Like ceiling on land holdings. That means they fixed the land which could be owned by an individual. So they fixed the land which could be owned by an individual. This was in order to promote equity in agriculture, which means they wanted to reduce the concentration of land in a few hands. And the surplus land over and above the ceiling limit, it was taken by the government, and the same was distributed among small farmers and landless laborers. Now, why was there need for land ceiling? Because it arose because of the shortage of land in relation to the population dependent on it. Hence, it is socially unjust to allow a small number of people to hold large part of land. So, in keeping with that, they imposed ceiling on land to distribute it to the actual tillers of the land, actual users of the land, making the tenants as owners. And this could not be done by you and me. It had to be done by law, legislation, the parliament. Yes, so legislation for ceiling on existing holdings initially was, till 1972 was, they treated the landholder as a unit of application. So that was the first phase. And after 1972, it was decided that family was treated as a basis of holding. This was done in order to bring about a more equitable distribution of this asset. So ceilings on land holdings, it did create a lot of furor in the parliament. It's not easy. Nobody likes to give even a little strip of land. It's very easy. It's not easy to take land from anybody like that. It was a very big, it was an important and a very big way, a big thing that they decided to do this. Then the second is consolidation of holdings. One is, there was a problem of subdivision and fragmentation of holdings. So this was due to, again, population increase, The average size of the holding in India is very small and is decreasing day by day because of the inheritance laws. So nuclear family systems is now causing subdivision and fragmentation of holdings. Initially everybody would live together. There was this joint family system. But now eh, it was too much. There were too many subdivisions and fragmentation. This resulted in several disadvantages such as wastage of land in boundaries, very difficult to manage land, and also difficult in adoption of new technology. So they thought of consolidating the holdings because this would save time and money both for the farmer and hence the cost of cultivation, and it promoted large scale cultivation. So this was another measure, and the other was the cooperative farming, as you see, the third one, the cooperative farming. What is cooperative farming? It refers to that system of farming in which the land is pooled, but each cultivator retains the right of property, and then the produce is distributed among the members in proportion to the land and labor contributed by each. And this type of farming is now being encouraged in India, and this is an answer to the problem that has been created by subdivision of holdings. So farmers could join hands and pool their lands for the purpose of cultivation. And it has been found that 80% of holdings in India are below 2 hectares and 45% of total operated areas under them. Just imagine. So, and cultivation on such small farms cannot be considered profitable. And maybe they can just provide subsistence to the farmers. That's it. But nothing of commercial value. They cannot get a marketable surplus out of it. So small and marginal farmers, they pool their land and resources, implements, and cultivate jointly, and then they can reap the benefits of large-scale farming. And the government also has come up and helped them, and they've given them a number of incentives and facilities for development of cooperative societies. They give financial assistance, they also provide subsidies, they give technical assistance, and also preference in the supply of improved seeds, fertilizers, and other materials. So we see that in reorganization of agriculture, how the government has taken upon itself to reorganize agriculture and has taken up 3 important measures. One was that what did they do was redistributed the land. The people who had excess land, they took land from them and gave it to them, gave it to the landless. And the second was, as we said, consolidation of holdings, and the other is cooperative farming.